This is an AI-assisted documentary. The visuals and narration were created with artificial intelligence. Every morning in Millfield began the same way. Coffee brewed, lights came on, and another generation prepared to walk through the gates of Harlan Steelworks.
Today was different. Danny Reyes wasn't going to school anymore. He was preparing for the interview his family had dreamed about for years.
Tom had walked through those factory gates for 32 years. This morning, he believed his son would be next.
Across town, Maria greeted familiar faces. In Millfield, everyone knew everyone, and every family depended on the same factory. Good morning, quiet conversation.
For generations, this routine had never failed. No one in Millfield imagined that today would be the last ordinary morning. But something felt different. The crowd wasn't moving. No one was talking. One sheet of paper changed everything. No shouting, no warning, just a few words. No new human hiring. Danny read the sentence twice, hoping he had misunderstood. Inside the building, the future was already arriving. Machines were taking their places before people even understood what had happened. Tom searched for the right words. Danny searched his father's face for hope. Neither found any. Sometimes the loudest moment is the one without a single word. No one argued. No one knew what to say. The interview he had prepared for all his life was over before it could even begin.
The news reached the diner within minutes. In a town this small, everyone carried up part of the same story.
Behind the office window stood another man carrying a different kind of burden. Saving the company had come at a painful human cost.
They had imagined celebrating Danny's first day. Instead, father and son walked home carrying the weight of a future neither had expected. The next morning, Tom did what millions of people have done before him. He started looking for work. 32 years of experience had once opened every door. Now, it didn't seem to fit the jobs being offered. Danny carried his own disappointment in silence. His father's heartbreak mattered more than his own.
The factory wasn't the only place that had changed. When paychecks disappeared, so did everyday routines.
Millfield had
Always measured time by factory shifts.
Now, the silence between them seemed longer every day. Some memories become more valuable when the future suddenly changes. Before Tom, there was his father. The factory had never been just a workplace. It was part of the family's identity. For the first time, Tom struggled to find words. I thought I'd get to show this job to my grandkids someday. Some traditions end, but the people who carry them forward can choose a different path. A week later, another notice appeared. This one invited the town to talk, not about the past, but about what came next. No one expected easy answers, but nearly everyone came. No one expected easy answers, but nearly everyone came. This was the hardest decision of my career. None of it was easy. The factory would build something new beside its walls, a human skills center, where experience and technology could work together. You can do this, Dad. For the first time since that morning, Tom considered the possibility that starting over wasn't the same as giving up. The following Monday, father and son walked through a different set of doors. For many, it was the first classroom they had entered in decades. Just tap that icon right there.
It's just a different kind of tool.
Exactly, you've got this.
Little by little, confidence replaced doubt.
The factory had once taught people how to build steel. Now, it was teaching them how to build tomorrow. Months passed. The factory never became what it once was,
But it became something new. The machines handled repetitive tasks. People guided the decisions that machines could not make. Danny never received the job he expected.
he found one that didn't exist before. One brought decades of experience. The other brought new knowledge. Together, they built something stronger. The factory still built steel, but its greatest achievement was rebuilding the people who refused to give up.
Months later, students began visiting the factory, not to replace people, but to understand how people and technology could work together. Technology could explain how the machines worked. Experience explained why the work mattered.
Danny wasn't following his father's career anymore. Let's review the system performance. We can make real improvements here. We make the system there. He was helping create the next chapter.
As jobs returned, so did simple routines. The diner grew busy again, one table at a time.
Millfield wasn't the same town it had been, but it had become a stronger one.
Technology changed the tools. It never changed the importance of people.
The Human Skills Center quickly became more than a classroom. It became a place where confidence returned. Let's analyze how this specific automation loop flows. New technology moved faster. See this deviation right here? It is too small for the computer to flag. You are right. I am adjusting the parameters now.
Still noticed what numbers alone could miss.
Recovery wasn't measured only by jobs. It was measured by neighbors finding reasons to gather again.
Millfield discovered that the future isn't something we wait for. It's something we build together.
One student raised her hand with a question that sounded simple.
Mr. Tom, what does the future of this factory mean for my generation?
Tom looked across the factory floor before answering. His reply came from a lifetime of experience. The machines know how to work. But why we work? That's still something only we decide. The room stayed quiet. Not because there was nothing left to say, but because there was nothing left to say, but because everyone understood. Years ago, they feared the future.
Today, they were helping shape it.
Recovery wasn't only measured inside the factory. It was found in ordinary mornings, returning to everyday life.
People from neighboring towns soon came to learn the skills that Millfield had discovered together.
The jobs had changed. The pride in doing them had not.
The strength of Millfield was never its buildings. It was always its people. They no longer looked back at what had been lost. They looked ahead to what could still be built.
Millfield didn't defeat change. It learned how to grow with it. The family tradition never truly ended. It simply found a new purpose.
Always remember to keep learning. I will make you proud, Dad. Behind every intelligent system stood people willing to keep learning.
The greatest victories aren't always measured by profit. Sometimes they're measured by families still sharing a table together.
The future didn't arrive all at once. It was built one decision, one lesson, and one person at a time.
Millfield's story may have begun in one small town, but its lesson belongs everywhere.
Technology can improve how work is done. People decide what that work means. The greatest investment wasn't the machines. It was the people learning how to use them.
The future they imagined looked different from the past. But the values they passed down never changed. They adapted.
They learned. They moved forward. And in doing so, they proved that the human spirit can grow alongside every new generation of technology. The workday ended, but the story of Millfield was only beginning. The town looked different than it once had. But hope had found its way home.
He no longer saw the place where everything changed. He saw the place where people learned to change together. Progress isn't measured by the machines we build. It's measured by the people who choose to keep learning, keep helping, and keep moving forward.
They didn't hire humans that day, but humans never stopped showing up. Because technology, compassion, and hope will always remain human.